Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vega here for Server Tech, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at how much Chia did I actually earn over the past year since I moved everything to pullable plots and started pool farming. Because remember, this project was originally intended for more like corporations or enterprises that had a bunch of storage or servers with a bunch of storage allocated that wasn't really being utilized. They could use this for the time being to kind of earn additional revenue on the side while waiting for that allocation to start up, because you can always clear out those plots and use them for whatever resources you want. But Chia, even though this isn't a deep dive in the project, I believe my buddy Seth from Mind Your Biz did do that. If you want to check that out, you know, you do want to keep your wallet or your farmer plus full node updated, and they're on 1.4 at least at time of filming. The price is quite down from its inception, which CoinMarketCap started recording its data around May 3rd, 2021. It was at $668 at that time. Its all-time high was roughly $1,500, almost $1,600. And since then, it's been on a steady decline. I think the lowest that we saw was $28, something like that. And now we're around $40. So that's going to change depending on when you actually watch this video. So just keep that in the back of your mind. I did create a bunch of videos on, you know, how to create plots, fastest way to create plots, optimizing plots, all that kinds of stuff. I'll get the playlist and I'll link it down in the description. But if we look at what I currently earned on my farmer, we could see that over the past year, since I've been using pullable plots, I earned about 9.3, probably by the time you're watching this, maybe around 9.5 Chia. And at $40, that's only around 370, maybe 300, almost $400, depending again on when you actually watch this video. So that's not a lot. And at the very beginning of Chia, prices did get a little bit crazy on hardware. So as I was telling multiple people in my videos, it's not worth it if you're having to buy all the hardware fresh. Instead, for me, in my situation, I was able to, you know, be blessed with all the hardware already around me. I already had some spare 10 terabyte drives from an odd job I did, 12 terabyte. I had everything already between my garage and what I had in-house. I had all the hardware. I threw it in an old case and I got it up and running. So not only is it my, you know, media tool or my VLC player, media storage, but it's also my Chia farmer. And at the very beginning as well, the pool was very centralized in Asia. There was a lot of Asia farmers out there. And so much of the network hash rate was primarily on HPool or some Asia-based pool. Now it's a little bit more decentralized and it's spread out. You know, we got pool.space in number 2, HPool, FlexPool, and FlexPool I did use for quite a while, but much of what I've been on so far has been pool.space. And you can see here, my average daily earnings right now at time of filming is about $1.28, $1.25. Originally in the past, it was almost $5 a day, if not more. Now I have 100 terabytes or a little bit over 100 terabytes or tebibytes on my farmer. And I may have said that term incorrectly, but you know what I mean. And so I was making $4 to $5 a day. You can see how much I earned with just this pool. You can see my unpaid balance, all that good stuff. And you can see what I'm making per day, per 12 hours, and what I made today. Obviously, that will range based upon, you know, a number of factors, you know, number of farmers involved, the overall network hash rate. And you can see the actual hash rate kind of looks like it's dropped off a cliff, at least on July 23rd. So did that improve profitability? Slightly, but nothing too crazy, because it didn't drop down too far, right? Like, even though that looks like a dramatic drop, it was only from around 14.2 to 13.6, and I think it's exabytes or exabytes. Forgive me if I pronounce that incorrectly again. So right now, is this something that one should get into? Well, yeah, no. All right, so hardware prices are better, right? Compared, like, say, for example, this RP Arsenal 12 terabyte SATA drive, even though it is renewed, it's around 130, 140 bucks compared to at the height and hype of this Chia farming craze. Basically, it was around $350, $400. Again, I had the drives on hand. I had much of the components on hand. I had a spare motherboard. that I could, put a decent CPU in and get to moving. Now, originally I used my main system, which is a system that we're recording on, which has a Ryzen CPU and a lot of good NVMe storage, but they're consumer grade storage to start the plots. But I then quickly swapped over to enterprise grade equipment, which is what many of us warned about. For example, if we look at the Corsair MP600, the drive only has 84% of its life remaining. This is a 1 terabyte drive. Remember, higher capacity drives have a longer endurance or a longer lifespan, or writes and reads. Well, primarily writes. Reads will always be fine. It's just the writes that you're worried about. But this MP600, I did drag its health down quite a bit, creating plots. I did do some testing on a different drive, like the Western Digital, I think it's the SN750. It only went down 2%, but I didn't do too many plots on that. Where I really focused on was on my Micron 7300. This is an enterprise grade drive. This is a U.2 drive that I had to convert using an adapter for PCIe by 8 or by 4. I think that was an adapter. And so you can see I only killed the drive a little bit. Now this thing did hundreds of plots and only went down 93% compared to consumer grade hardware. Like for example, this ADATA NVMe drive, the SX8200, this thing is down to only 71% life remaining, and it did quite a bit of plots. And that was because I had some plots going on my farmer and some plots going over the network from my main machine to the plotter. And so using consumer grade drives was one of the biggest concerns, and my buddy Mind Your Biz and myself got into a little bit of a debate. And it is absolutely true, because again, this project was originally intended for enterprise and corporations, not so much the at-home farmer. But this project really drew me in because I wanted to participate in it. I wanted to play around with it. And just like spec mining on GPUs can be sometimes rewarding, it really depends on the project and luck, and whether or not they develop anything out of it. But this was a new project that I could dive into, play around with, you know, as things progress. You know, pools weren't out at the time. Everything was all solo. You know, you create your solo plots and you could earn Chia, but it could take months, if not years, for you to even get 2 Chia. And I still yet have, by the way, hit the 2 Chia mark. If we actually go to, what is it, my plots here, you can see, which one is it? Full node. Nope, which one is it? Farming. There it is. I couldn't figure it out. So block rewards. You can see I never hit 2 Chia. I do still have some solo plots out of this 1094, but I have yet to hit it. And I've only been earning the Chia that I've got through pullable plots. So being a small at-home farmer is not viable unless you're doing pullable plots and participating on a pool. But, you know, after a year, only earning less than $400 is unfortunate. I could have sold some of that Chia along the hype train and try to make more profits than I should have, but I didn't. I'm hanging on to it. Now the price is really low. So it's going to be up to you to make the best decision on your configuration. I just wanted to share how much have I earned using pullable plots over the past year. And that's 9.3 to 9.5 Chia. Times that by how much the price is at the time that you're watching this. And then make some decisions on whether or not that's something that you want to continue to do. I know a lot of people have gotten out. I know a lot of people have stayed in. So it really just depends. Hardware prices have gotten better across the board, from GPUs to hard drives. But again, I had all the hardware already on hand, mix and match, threw it together in an old case, and Bob is your uncle. I know that's a stupid saying, but that's a saying I've been using a lot lately. So just wanted to share that data and that information with you. Don't use consumer grade drives if you do get into it. Try to use an enterprise level drive. There's forums and guides that I've showed on previous videos that link to some of that hardware as far as enterprise level, you know, high quality drives that can handle, that has high endurance and can handle a lot of writes. Don't use consumer grade drives because you just eat them up, as many have shown in the past. And if it's something you want to play around with and get into, great. Otherwise, there's other cryptocurrencies out there that do, like, I guess you could say hard drive mining, but the Chia family doesn't want us to call it mining. They want to call it farming. But you just have to weigh out the pros and cons. You know, there's CPU mining, there's hard drive mining or farming, and there's GPU mining. You know, which one is best for you? Which one do you want to get into? Which ones meet your costs, your noise or dBA output? You know, because a lot of people don't like noise, so maybe hard drive mining is the way to go. Maybe just a few CPUs and mining is the way to go. It just depends on what your taste is and what you want. But that's going to do it for today's video. Please do me a favor on the way out. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to get subscribed. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out links in the description to help support the channel and what we do here. And I'll catch you, well, in the next one. Take care. you.